You need to stop letting people get inside your head. You need to stop letting people that you do not have any form of contact with get inside your mind space, because it is literally, especially after a breakup or like some friendship stuff that goes wrong or whatever, it becomes a psychological warfare between you two, and then you're like, why is this person in my mind all the time? Why is that friend that I had for, or since like high school, is in my mind right now? Why am I somehow remembering somebody that I did not have any contact with for the last I don't know how many months or years? Is it up in my mind right now? Now that's how it works. Unfortunately, it is a psychological warfare, because what these people are doing, they are just trying to attack your brain as much as they can by thinking about you. And since we live in a very, very spiritual world, spiritual universe, we are all connected somewhere all the time at any given moment, especially when dreams happen and so on. And we feed each other's energies with these things. We absolutely transmit our energies to other people when we speak about them, or think about them in any certain kind of way. We are doing a psychological, mental, spiritual warfare. Now that's how it works. And if you know, if I do not, if I just want to make it simple and not make it very complicated, then yes, I know I need to fucking buy a lamp for this bubble, the fuck, for this bulb, but I most definitely will not, because I never use it. I always use my lamp in here. I probably will just get rid of this. But anyway, how does it work and how to stop it? How to stop it? It's a little bit very hard, because you need to become immune to mental spiritual attacks. Now, you might be like, how can I become immune to such things? Matter of fact, you cannot. It's just impossible. That's never gonna happen. Why? Because it is always happening at all time at any given moment, and it will forever be happening at all time at any given moment from different people. So if you feel secure from one specific person that might come up in mind right now while I'm saying this to you, you might not be protected against other people. And are you really just gonna sit down and have a list that has everybody that you've had problems with, or that you've had many things happening with, or shit goes wrong with all the time, and then be like, okay, I need to take care of this, and I need to take care of this, and I need to take care of that person and that person and that person, and that's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of energy. And matter of fact, you will be feeding the energy of them, no, sorry, you will be feeding their energy by thinking about them and trying to fix that when it's not happening. And that brings my solution. The solution is pretty simple, but it's absolutely destructive and energy consuming, which is fighting that psychological, spiritual warfare, or that nuke, when that person comes to your mind, and trying to stop it as much as you can for as long as you can, and do not feed into it, because the more you feed into it, the more it grows. And matter of fact, since they are in your head, you are in their head too. So unless you want revenge, or you want yourself to be a better human being and a better person and heal from whatever you had dealt with that human being since the beginning. The fix is easy. Yeah, it is easy, but is it practically easy? Hell nah. It's absolutely not. Because why, for example? Uh, I'm breathless because I just came from outside and I had one of the greatest conversations with a human being, as I always do have greatest conversations with that human being, that specific person. It's truly great. And I'm thinking, now, if you want to stop that kind of mental warfare, because it's like mental attacks done spiritually, and the attacks are sent like small airstrikes coming to your head and entering your spiritual bubble without you actually being ready for them. And here's when it gets tricky, because when you're not ready, you don't know when it's gonna happen. For example, right now I am dealing with a spiritual mental warfare with a specific individual, and that's what led me to these kind of realizations, and this what led me to do some research, and this what led me to speak to specific people about these kind of things, and that made me realize all of these things. And not that I didn't know, but I just never knew that it's true until you actually search deeper and deeper into it, and then you're like, huh, now there is somebody somewhere. I'm gonna speak with a name in mind, okay? There is somebody somewhere that I feel like they are still calling me. Matter of fact, it's not just one person, but I'm gonna speak with one name in mind. They are still calling me, but I do not want them to call me because it's energy draining, it's time consuming, and I really do not want it to happen in my life whatsoever. But how can I stop it? First of all, detecting the problem, right? It's like a mathematical equation, and I'm stupid at math, by the way. Detecting the problem and what you need to solve. Well, do you want to solve the problem with that person, or you do want to mouth hello, or you do want to solve the fact that they are attacking you and you do not want it to happen anymore? Because, for example, you might be sitting someday and be like, why did this person just land in my head out of nowhere? Well, matter of fact, they are 100% thinking about you, and they are sending you literal subliminal messages that you need to get somehow. Why did I say subliminal? Because obviously you can't see them, but they got into your head, and now they are inside your head, and now you're thinking about that person. And it's like, what is it called? Telepathy or some shit like this, if I'm not mistaken. I might be speaking out of my ass now, but I'm really not trying to have everything right. Matter of fact, I would love to make mistakes and learn from anyone who would correct me. So maybe it's a wrong choice of words, but you get the point. It keeps working this way. Because since it is a psychological warfare, the people try to hinder your brain, and they might not even, that's the worst part, they might not even know about it. They might not even recognize what they are doing, but they are doing it. Subconsciously, they are doing it just by constantly thinking about you. And the easiest way to manifest someone back in your life is if you keep thinking about them most of the time. I know that's gonna just absolutely destroy your energy, and you're gonna be basically operating on hope and prayers, but trust, they will come back in your life. Because you spent so much energy, you sent them so much energy that you implemented yourself in their psyche, in their brain, in their even subconscious, that you technically started to control them without them knowing that you are in control of them trying to reach out to you again, and they become your puppet. And that's why you need to be very careful, and you need to be very aware to stop being a puppet. Because whoever is trying to run that kind of warfare on you, and it pisses me off really, because people don't know what they're doing. People have no idea what they are about. They are just doing it because that's what they think is right to do for some X reason. And somehow I just made the camera right. But you get the point. I know it's annoying. I know it's mind hindering. But you get the point. You should not allow that to happen. And unfortunately, you have to deal with it on a case-by-case basis. And that's one of the highest forms of being aware of what's happening to you. And one of the highest forms of being truthful within yourself and being strong and mentally strong, and most importantly, spiritually strong. Because a lot of people miss the last part. It's quite hard. I told you the solution, but I'm still working on it myself because I just realized it for the past few days, and I reflected back to what was happening in my life and who are the people that I'm always remembering and always, hoping that I reach to them back, but I'm not gonna do that, or hoping that they will reach out to me. And I know they're not gonna do that based on many circumstances that they got in their lives. I know they will not. They want to, but they will not. And how do I know they want to? It's because I can hear their voice saying it. And that's the next level shit. Because, for example, as I said today to a friend of mine, as a small example, I can hear the voice of someone telling me a specific sentence while they never said it to me ever. So I never heard it in their voice. Those words were never in my code in the brain, but somehow I can still hear it. You know what it turned out? It turned out that that person is actually thinking that and said that to someone else and is saying that to themselves. And that's why it manifested in my head. And that's why that energy literally traveled all around from wherever that person is, from wherever that human being, that individual is located, and got to my head. And it entered my circle and it was implemented in my consciousness. And that's why I heard it. And I heard it randomly. And it's weird because you can hear it and it happens randomly. This is what blew my mind. It happens randomly. It's not like you're thinking about someone, you're like, well, probably, I hope they are, I don't know, let's say, I hear I love you from them again, let's say. That would be cringe though, after, but anyway, I'm just giving it, I'm not gonna say what I heard, because I don't want to give it out, or give it away, but that's what happened. And I'm like, why am I hearing it though? I'm hearing it in their voice randomly. It appeared in my head randomly. And that put the question in my head, am I delusional? Am I being schizophrenic right now? I know I'm not a schizophrenic by any means. So why am I hearing another voice of a specific individual telling me a specific sentence that I've never heard coming out of their mouth before? And that led to a lot of research, that led to a lot of understanding about how things work, and that specific individual again knows exactly who I am and what I think and what my brain can provide. And they are kind of scared of it because the amount of awareness that I just had for the past 5 months, literally from January to May, is absolutely absurd. Again, because it's a lot of self-reflections and a lot of self-taught, or we would call it self-teaching, but anyway. When I say self-teaching, that doesn't mean that I'm creating things by myself, but I'm actually learning from people. And when I say people, I mean in real life and on the internet that actually have a lot of experience about that. Could be writers, could be authors, could be thinkers, could be many things. And it's truly a ride. It's truly a ride, because it is a psychological warfare after all. And now I'm just yapping, by the way. I'm literally just brainstorming, because what I needed to say was said in the first maybe 8 to 10 minutes in this video. Right now we're just yapping. So if you got the idea, just leave. If you want to hear me yap more, just, stay on the video. But yeah, this is the sad truth about it. Psychological warfare. It's crazy. Because I know that governments do this. I know that a lot of intelligence agencies do it in any country. Of course, they're not going to tell you, but they do it. Trust me, they do it. That's why a lot of people get imprisoned mentally, psychologically, spiritually. And they let them know, because these people understand what does it mean. So for them, instead of taking them to an actual jail cell, they just trap them either psychologically, mentally, or spiritually. And someone is close to me deals with these things every day. And it really hurts seeing that person dealing with these things, because it's not fair for anyone. But again, the amount of awareness you have leads to some specific eyes landing on you, landing on your path. And you need to be very careful, because once they know, they know. And it sounds so silly when you say they. Who's they? Fucking shit. It's the intelligence agencies around the world. They're the motherfuckers who do all of the work. Or you? I mean, you can just call it government, but you get the point. I don't know. Because these things are real. And if you do not believe that these things are real, well, you're gonna be the one suffering for the rest of your life. Maybe in 20 years from now, oh my god, why do I have this person inside my head? It's because that person is fucking attacking you. That person is thinking about you. That person is sending their energy towards you. And that is why that's happening. For example, that's why for me right now, whenever I go and check someone's Instagram, I go back to someone's messages and I start reading or I check the pictures or something, I know that they are doing the same because it's true. And if it started from me, that means I'm the one who's doing it in the first glance. That means they're gonna do it too. Because again, we share the same energy because that energy is forwarded towards a specific person or is being sent to a specific person that you have in mind that you spend a few minutes or hours or days thinking about. And that's why you technically get hold of their psyche, get hold of their subconscious, get hold of their whatever it is, and direct it your way. And that's something that you should be very careful about. Because that's why, for example, when it comes to breakups, a lot of people get stuck with their exes. Why? Because their exes is thinking about them and they obviously cannot move on from the ex. And they're like, oh my God, what's going on? It's because it's a mental warfare without that person being near you anyway. See? I'm speaking in relationships specifically because friendships work different and family, it works different. And if someone dies, they die. Like, you cannot think about, they cannot think about you anymore in the physical realm, so it's just dead. And that's why a lot of people get stuck with their exes, and I've been there, everyone has been there. It's not, it might not even be you, and if you're not aware that this spiritual attacks or nukes could be dropping on you, and it's because the other person is sending all of their energy towards you, you might be absolutely clueless, and you might be falling for the traps, even if you are trying to get rid of that person from your life and actually get rid of that ex of yours. It's not gonna happen. You know why? Because you are absolutely, I wouldn't say dumb, because it's something very specific to know, and you need someone to either say it to you or actually learn it your way, yourself somehow, which is a bit hard because it's some specific awareness level that many people, it's not they wouldn't know, but they will just be stubborn enough not to believe in, and in the first place, and in second place, they are technically denying a truth which prevents them from learning and expanding their knowledge. So you get stuck because they are sending you subliminal things, they are sending you spiritual thoughts and energy without you even knowing that they are the ones sending it to you, and then your brain and psyche are stuck with them because you do not know that it's an attack and you do not know how to prevent yourself from doing it. And that is why if it's a relationship of mine, once we are done, I just stop thinking about you, bro. I really just stop thinking about you. It makes it very easy for me to move on. It makes it easy for the other partner to also move on. And life continues because I most definitely don't want to go back to anybody I've been with. So that's how it works. That's how it will forever work. Well, let's not extend this for a long period anyway. The most important part was said, and I hope you are not stupid enough to just, give it up and keep allowing these spiritual attacks coming your way, and actually reclaim yourself back and have some manners and have some fucking dignity and respect for yourself, and stop going for the people that keep destroying you. Stop going for the people that provide no fucking value to your life but just destruction and darkness. Let them be. If they want to be dark and sad and depressed and fucking ridiculously stupid, then fucking let them be. Why are you trying so hard to hold on to someone that brought you nothing? Absolutely nothing but sadness and confusion and destruction and mental health issues and physical issues and health issues in general. Why? You people keep going to places which gave you nothing but sadness, nothing but depression, and you confuse it for love, you confuse it for comfort, you confuse it for, oh my god, this is the best partner I've ever had. Well, let me tell you, dumbass, that's the worst partner you will forever have, especially if you keep staying with them. And I'm speaking in bulk in here. Many people are included in this. I know of someone who has been having a lot of health issues while or since they started a specific relationship, and they are still in that relationship. And I'm like, can't you see that you are literally physically being drained because of that relationship and you are still in there? Like somehow it just started once you started dating that person and you cannot fucking see it, you blind ass motherfucker. But who am I to say? I can speak here. That's all I can do. Will I speak to someone else? No. Why? They do not matter to me that much to actually care and, try to tell them something. Hell nah. They do not matter to me as I do not matter to them that much. You see what I mean? I wouldn't advise them and they wouldn't advise me. Maybe if they ask, then I could be bluntly honest. But if they don't, it is what it is. And this is a fact about many people in your guys' lives too, because we all know someone who's also always in a toxic environment that knows it's toxic for them, but they confuse it for love and they accept breadcrumbs instead of actually having something beautiful for themselves, and just confuse it that, oh my god, this is what love really is. It's about pain, it's about depression, it's about confusion. It's about the other person giving me nothing but threats, giving me nothing but mental health problems, ruining my days, ruining my mood. Oh my god, is this love? No, it's not. You know what it is? It's lack of self-respect, you dumbass. That's what it is. It's lack of self-bloody respect. And you will forever stay in that kind of thing. You will forever stay in that loop. And I'm again speaking in bulk with no one in mind, because guess what? I have been there personally, and many years ago, and it pisses me off whenever I see someone still doing the same mistake, especially if they are old. If you're in your early 20s or late teenager years, then it's fine. You're gonna learn your lesson. Give it just a bit of time, you're gonna understand. But if someone is in their 30s, 40s, my god, I've seen even 50s, that just blows me psyche, bro. It blows my mind. It really just blows my mind. Why are you accepting breadcrumbs? You saw love. You most definitely have experienced love in your life before. With somebody. Even for a short period of time, you most definitely experienced what an actual healthy friendship or relationship look like. But you motherfuckers, bro, I cannot understand you guys. I cannot understand you girls. All you want is confusion and drama and a lot of miscommunication and lack of emotional communication and emotional strength, and you confuse your emotional overwhelming period with no trust, and some others confuse the fact that you are not empathetic to them with not loving them, and some others confuse the fact that you give them a lot of time and attention with you not having anything happening in your life, and some people confuse, I don't know, fun and everything with whatever. It's just fucking crazy. I swear to God, I've been doing a whole personal research about me for the past like 5 months, and I'm just getting amazed by the day. With the help of professionals, by the way. I'm just getting amazed by the day. It just blows my mind, and it will forever blow my mind, because it's you people. Y'all fucking. I'm gonna say the N word right now, but anyway, y'all are dumb. I swear to God, you're dumb. But again, oh yeah, we live and we grow. No, you're not gonna grow if you do not want to grow. You're not going nowhere. Matter of fact, you're gonna stay as a child, accepting breadcrumbs and probably even having children with someone who is most definitely not worthy of having a relationship with. And then when children come in the conversation and when a family comes in the conversation, well, guess what's gonna happen? You're just gonna fucking transmit your traumas, your insecurities, your lack of healthy relationship dynamics to your children. And then your children, when they end up being 18 or 20, they're gonna be a specific kind of children. And then you're gonna be like, oh my God, why is my child like this? Well, guess what, bitch? You allowed it to happen. And when I say bitch, it's not just for women. I say it for men too, because y'all motherfuckers are dumb also. And your child is gonna just suffer. And then you're gonna be like, oh my God, why does my child hate me? I do not have any kind of connection with the child. Well, guess what? You have chosen the mom, bitch. You have chosen the dad. That's what happened. And you're gonna be stuck. And you know what I'm gonna do? Personally, I'm just gonna sit down and laugh at your face. Because that's what you deserve, to be laughed at. That's it. Don't get me wrong though, I planted my seeds in many bodies. But luckily, I did not have any children with none of these women. Luckily. Because all of these women that I planted my seeds inside many times would end up being terrible moms. Because again, they are not mentally stable. They are not, okay, emotionally stable, probably it's okay. You know, we can, you know, but I was not mentally stable before anyway. Or was I? I don't think so. So I'm lucky enough and I'm being protected by the divine high somehow for not having any children with any of these women. 4 of them to be specific. Because I do not want to include the others. They're innocent. You see? It's crazy. But anyway, that's what it is. We see each other in the other thing. And by the way, the last video and this one are recorded in the same day. See ya maybe tomorrow. Maybe. Depends on the mood, depends what comes to my mind, depends if there is something worthy of speaking about or to speak about. And I'm like forgetting English linking words for some reason. But anyway, this is fun. I'm feeling alive doing this. This is great. Because it feels very authentic and without a script or anything, it's just what I have in mind and I keep speaking about it. That's great. That's truly great. That's why I really believe I could be a great leader of some country, because I would never use a bloody paper to read the script. I'm just gonna, yap my mind out, and if I goes a war, then so be it. It is what it is. I'm gonna be like, oops, hold on, sorry. Now we deal with the problem when it comes. But anyway, peace out.